Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Obviously by the title of this, I'm going to be doing my 4 and 5 week update and how I told my family that I was pregnant. Since I last talked to you guys, I went to the doctors because they had me take a pregnancy test so that they could have on file that I was pregnant. So I had to take a urine test, and then the next day I had to go to the doctors because I was taking this medicine for migraines because I used to get really bad migraines. And I wasn't sure if I could still take this medicine while I'm pregnant, so the next day after I took my urine test, I went to this appointment, and they told me that my test was positive, and then I had to stop taking my migraine medicine. Also at that appointment, they gave me prenatals, and then they gave me a checklist of everything that I need to do. So I had to go take a blood test and another urine test a few days later, and I had to fill up 2 urine cups. They weren't full, they were like halfway, and then I had to get my blood drawn. So I go to take my pee test, and I filled the first one, but I cannot fill the second one. I'm trying so hard to go to the bathroom, and I cannot. So I was just like, whatever, I'm not going to sit in here for an hour trying to pee. So I just put them in the window and left and got my blood drawn. That was my cat. While I was getting my blood drawn, I told the lady that I couldn't fill both cups, and she said that's okay, just come back a different day. Then she took my blood, and I thought they were just going to take like 2 little tubes of blood. They took like 8. I was not expecting that, but oh well. Fast forward a few days, I start to feel sick. I wake up one morning and I just feel like my stomach hurts really bad, like I'm about to throw up. So I'm like just laying in bed, like I just ate cereal, my stomach hurt really bad, so I just laid down. And then like a few hours or so later I started throwing up. And I was like, oh great, like morning sickness. Say hi to my cat. You really wanted me in this video, huh? Anyways, so I started to feel like morning sickness, so I was just laying in bed and my phone rang, so I answered it because I figured it was probably one of the doctors I've been to. And the doctor told me that the urine that she did get from my test was really dehydrated. She just warned me like to drink more water, and then she asked me if I was feeling sick, and I was like, yeah, actually, like today is the first day I actually felt sick. And she said it was probably because I was dehydrated. So she told me to obviously drink more water, and that even though I feel sick, to try to just eat like light snacks every 2 to 3 hours. So I hung up with her, and I tried to eat like 5 crackers, and I drank like Pedialyte. And sorry, I keep going like this. He's shedding, so the hair's like flying everywhere. So I had crackers and Pedialyte, and then I was like, okay, I'm starting to feel better. Then like half an hour later, I started to feel sick again. I threw it all up. She told me that if I couldn't keep food down, to just drink water, and that if I couldn't even keep liquids down, to call her back and she can give me some kind of prescription. So I couldn't even keep water down, and that was one of the worst days I've had yet. I used to get migraines before I started taking my migraine medicine, and that's how I would feel. I'd get like a really bad headache, and I would have to lay in bed all day. I couldn't drink water or anything because I would just throw it up. So that's kind of what it felt like, and it was like one of the worst days. I've had some really bad migraines, but that was one of my worst days. The next day I felt a little better. My stomach was still a little like achy. I think it was just from like throwing up so much. I was afraid to eat meals. Like I didn't want to eat like a huge breakfast and a huge lunch and a huge dinner in case, I threw up again. So I was just eating like light snacks throughout the day. And then I was drinking a lot of water. The next day, which is 2 days after I got really sick, I felt like way better. And still to this day I feel a lot better. I just been drinking a lot of water. When I went to go take my pee test, like I had no idea I was dehydrated. Like I didn't feel dehydrated or anything. The next day after I felt really sick, I called my doctor back because she told me to call her and let her know. I told her that I couldn't keep liquids down because I couldn't, but I told her I was feeling better. And she said, okay, well, that's fine. I'm not going to prescribe you anything unless it keeps happening. And I don't think she knew about my migraines because I've never seen this doctor yet. So I told her about my history of migraines, and she's like, yeah, well, there's nothing we can do about that, so that kind of sucks. I just have to keep my fingers crossed that I don't get another migraine. Since the last video, I just wanted to tell you guys some symptoms I've had. Besides like the morning sickness that one day really bad, I'll just randomly feel really sick throughout the day. Usually it's in the morning when I first wake up, my stomach will hurt. I feel like I'm going to throw up, but I know I'm not going to actually throw up, like my stomach just hurts. But I keep a little container of crackers by my bed so that when I do wake up, if I don't feel good, I eat a few crackers. The doctor said like it's not good to have an empty stomach when you have morning sickness. So another symptom is that, again, my boobs are sore. Not really complaining because I'd rather have sore boobs than morning sickness again because that was really bad. I'm also getting kind of more pimples. When I was on birth control, I would get like little pimples, like little tiny ones, and I didn't break out that much. But now, since obviously I'm not on birth control, I'm getting like bigger pimples. I also noticed I'm not more hungry, like I don't eat more food, but I noticed that like been a little bit since I last ate, I like need to eat right away. Normally I can tell when I start to feel hungry, like, okay, I'm like kind of getting hungry. But now it's just like I go from not hungry to hungry in like an instant. And I am a hangry person, so when I'm hungry, I'm like angry and mad. And I just want to eat like right then and there. In like 11 days, I'm going to my dating ultrasound. Depending how far along I am, they might be able to tell the heartbeat. They'll be able to tell how many fetuses, I hate that word, are like in me. You know, like if I had twins, but it's probably only one. And my due date. I think in 3 days I'll be 5 weeks, but I'm not really sure. So they'll be able to tell me when I go to my appointment. Obviously, when you see this, my appointment's already going to be way past because I'm not posting these videos until everyone knows I'm pregnant. So I'm kind of just keeping a secret, but I want to film and like let everyone know how I feel and like just like eventually in life so I can go back to these videos and rewatch them. I haven't gained any weight since I've been pregnant. I'm still the same weight. And I also want to tell you guys how I told my family. My sister was the first person I told. I told her when I was 2 weeks, well, what I thought was 2 weeks. Obviously, she's my sister. I'm going to tell her first. I just feel like that's like a sister code. You have to tell your sister first. So I told her. I had screenshotted what everyone said, so I'll try to put it on the screen somewhere and I'll read it to you. So I'll insert what my sister said here. She was just happy. She said congrats. I told her not to tell anyone yet because I didn't. She was the first person I told. So then later, I group messaged my family. I was like really scared to tell like my mom and dad and my brothers. So I didn't know what to do. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to group message them all at once and get it over with. I would have liked to told them in person so I could actually like hear their reaction. But I was so scared. Like, I don't know why, I was just so scared. It really is scary telling your family. So, if you guys know the show 13 Reasons Why, I kind of did it like that because my name's Hannah. So this is a group message I sent to them. I said, hey, it's Hannah. Then I said Hannah and my last name. I'm not going to say my last name on here. And then I was like, don't adjust whatever device you're reading this on. I have to tell you guys a secret. And then in parentheses I put, by the way, this is an intro to a TV show. Because in the TV show, every clip, she starts off by saying, hey, it's Hannah Baker. Don't adjust whatever device you're hearing this on or whatever. So I wanted to do that because I know my sister and brother watched the TV show. I wasn't sure about my other brother, but I knew my parents didn't watch it. But anyways, and then in another parentheses, I put 13 Reasons Why, just in case like my other brother didn't get it. And then I put in parentheses again, Mom and Dad, you won't understand because I don't think my parents watch Netflix, but anyway. And I was like, and also this is a group chat with Mom, Dad, me, Allison, Andrew, and Doug. The reason I said that is because my dad and brother have like ancient phones. Like, no one in my family has an iPhone besides my mom, so I didn't know if they would get group text or not. So I don't know, some phones, like if you group text, it sends them individual, so I just said that so everyone would know that it's a group chat with everyone. And then my sister just responded, LMAO. And then my mom just said, why won't I understand? And I said, it's a TV show. I don't think you watched it, but I have to tell you guys a secret, LOL. I said I have to tell you guys a secret in the first message, but no one like responded, so I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna say it again. And then my mom's like, what's the secret? And then she's like, tell me. And my sister's like, what's the secret? Tell me first. My sister already knew, but I didn't want anyone in my family to get mad that I told my sister first. So I just told her to pretend like she didn't know. And then my mom said, "What? Why am I calling Allison?" I was like, "It's a group chat. Me, Allison, Andrew, Doug, you, and Dad are in it." And she said, "Okay." I don't know. I don't think my parents understand group chats or what. And then I said, "I'm pregnant, but please don't tell anyone yet. I just want you guys to know for now." And then my mom said, "No." And when she said that, I was so confused. I was like, "No, like, what do you mean, no? Like, I'm pregnant, no, like, yeah." And then I didn't respond. And my sister said, "Yay!" And then the B word. And then my mom said, "No way, oh my God." And then she said, "Congratulations," with a smiley face. And then I just said that it wasn't planned and that me and Austin are excited and nervous. And then my mom's like, "Now come home, LOL." And then my sister's like, "Yes, yes, congrats." And then my mom's like, "Did you find out? Did you go to your doctor?" My mom works in an OBGYN, so she was like, when I told her, she was like, "When is this? When? What? Where? Why?" Like, she was like questioning me. My dad didn't respond. I don't think my dad understood that it was a group chat, and he was at work, so I understand why he didn't respond. And plus, he has a like he has a touchscreen phone and he just got it, so he doesn't really know how to use it. So he texted my sister saying, "What is going on with Hannah?" And then my sister said she's pregnant. My sister screenshotted that and sent it to me. And he didn't text me or anything after that, but I ended up Skyping my sister like a few hours after I told everyone. And he came home from work and he's like, "Oh, I thought it was just a joke, but congrats." And then he just asked me like when my next appointment was. My other brother didn't respond, but I kind of figured he wouldn't. Oh yeah, my other brother, I can't believe I missed it. Yeah, my other brother said, "Woo!" after I told him. I must have missed that part. And then my other brother, he didn't respond, but I knew he wasn't going to respond because most of the time when I text him, he doesn't really respond unless I'm like asking him a question or something. My mom was like, "You need to tell your grandma and grandpa because grandma called me today and it was hard not to tell her." So I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so scared." Like, I'm 20. I'll be 21 when I give birth though, but I didn't want them to think I was crazy. Like, I don't know. Wasn't sure how they were going to react. But turns out my grandma got married at 19, which I did as well. Well, she got pregnant like 3 months after she got married, so that made me feel a little bit better because I got pregnant like a year and a half after even married. So, anyways, I was scared to tell them, so my mom's like, "Okay, I'll help you." I Skyped them, obviously, because I am in a different country than them. So my mom went over their house after work one day and I Skyped them. My mom like brought them closer so that I could see both of them and my mom's like, "How does Hannah look?" And they're like, "Oh, beautiful. She always looks beautiful and nice and whatever." And she's like, "Does she look sick?" And my grandpa's like, "No." My grandpa's like, "No." And then my mom's like, "What about morning sickness?" And my grandpa's like, "She's pregnant?" And then it took a little bit for it to process for my grandma, I think, because she looked at my mom and was just like, "You're going to be a grandma?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then they were excited. They said, "Congrats." Since I'm in Japan, my grandpa was like, "Are you going to name it a Japanese name like Yoshi?" I was like, "No." For Austin's family, I let him tell them. Like, I told my side of the family and he can tell his. he told his mom on FaceTime. His mom wants to come visit us in Japan. She's like, oh, when would be a good month to come? And Austin said something like February if you want to meet your grandbaby. Obviously I don't know when I'm due. I will find out at my appointment. And she was just like, oh my gosh, congrats. And then he told his brother first, I think. But he told his brother and was like, you're going to be an uncle. And he was like, oh, congrats. And then he FaceTimed his dad and the stepmom, and they just all said they were happy and congrats. I'm obviously going to be telling like all of my aunts and friends around like June 14th. When I go to my appointment and they tell me when I'm due is when I'm going to announce. I'm going to announce when I'm 10 weeks. Right now I think I'm 5, but I could be off, so I'm going to wait and see what they say. I'm like still in shock. Like I know I'm pregnant because like I took 2 tests, they were positive, and I took another test at the doctor's and it was positive. So like I know I'm pregnant, but I still wake up every day like, wow, I'm pregnant. Like I still don't believe it. I just want to know the gender already because it's hard for me to like buy stuff because I really want to start buying stuff like to get like ahead so we don't wait till last minute and then blow all this money. But I just want to know already so I can pick out stuff. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this wasn't too long. Like I hope I didn't go off track too many times, and I hope I made sense because when I make videos I'm just like and I don't like realize what I'm saying and don't realize if it makes sense, and then I go back and edit it and I'm just like, what did I say? I'm going to try to keep you guys updated every week or so. Obviously if my weeks are like the same, like if my 6th week I don't have any like other symptoms, I'm not really probably not going to record. But thank you guys for watching. Bye.